welcome to The Sinner and the Saint. I'm Melissa Bell.
And I'm Allison Kane.
Can you believe this is episode 97?
No.
I remember when we first started recording, like Corona happened right afterwards. And so we said, all right, we're going to record something because you guys are going to be really annoying about it. And
did you just say Corona?
Yeah, it was called Corona. And we called it I
Corona.
It was a Corona voice. Do you remember?
We thought that was better than
whatever.
COVID.
I don't think they even named it COVID yet. I think it was a coronavirus at that point because we had beers.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, I must have blocked it out.
Oh, that's a good thing. I'm sorry to bring it back up.
That's okay. That's okay. But we had fun.
We did, but
we did not
97.
quarantine. We hung out the whole time.
No, in fact, we thought that the day that we recorded that, jokingly, that we probably gave each other COVID. Do you remember? But we're so excited to still be here at episode 97. So thank you guys for hanging with us and, hanging with us, responding to us, and interacting. We love you guys.
We do. And we hope that this year is going to be a whole new ball game with some new twists and turns and surprises around the corner. And because you know us, we like to keep it shaken up a little bit.
Girl, I'm feeling a little shaky.
Well, are you feeling... We're not talking about shaky today.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are you feeling a little tired, drained, weary, or exhausted?
That is me every day, actually. Do you know how much caffeine it takes to get to where I am right now?
Oh my gosh. She is a little scary on more caffeine. Do y'all remember that episode? Anyway. I think especially as a new season begins of school, and maybe you're exhausted from the summer. Summer can be exhausting, depending on what's going on with your kids. If you have littles, if they're around, if you have to manage them, it can be stressful if you're working and figuring out what they're going to do every day and feeling torn. And maybe you're exhausted because school's getting back into session and you have to make lunches. That's my least favorite part.
I was thinking of that last night as I was meal prepping, just because we do that. And I thought, you know what I don't miss about school? Because my kids did go to school at one point. All packing lunches and snacks and...
Seriously.
Oh, we went to a school one time. It was a private school. I will not call you out, but you know who you are. And so I am a single mom with 2 kids at this point. And I sent a bag of chips for a snack. They sent them back with a nasty letter and said, I can't send chips for snack.
Oh my gosh, no judgment, but you suck as a mom. Send a healthier snack. Right. Oh my gosh.
You guys wonder why I don't like people? There you go.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Oh, Jesus died for them too.
Oh, well, they almost got to meet him real early.
She's on fire today.
I thought they wanted to meet the makeup.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's so many things, I think, especially in this world, social media can wear us out. A new project, a new job, taking care of aging parents. Let's just be honest. There is always a reason to be weary and tired and worn out and exhausted and just drained, emotionally, physically, spiritually.
Seriously, you went to the doctor and they told you that you were super drained.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were in adrenal fatigue.
Yes. I'm like, oh, I can't imagine why.
Right?
Oh, really? That's shocking. No.
Life's just been so fun.
So I started thinking about, what are the red flags for me that pop up when I'm feeling really overwhelmed or drained or exhausted? Because first of all, we have to notice before that we're in that spot, so that we can do something about it. If we haven't, gotten ahead of things. And oftentimes life gets us so wound up tighter than a tick.
Tighter than a tick?
Tighter than a tick.
Back, friends.
On a hound dog.
She's back.
That we don't take notice until we start to kind of spew out certain things. So one of my things is my patience starts running really low.
Huh.
I don't really have a lot of extra space for grace.
Oh, I have seen this version of you, and it's actually very entertaining.
Because I'm not usually like that. And especially when I'm short with my little gypsy dog.
Mm-hmm. Like you were this morning when I came in.
Yeah, well, she's been annoying today.
I know. I said, "Oh, your mama told you about yourself. You better go, girl."
She got the pink jacket on today. I also find myself complaining about things that I would not normally complain about. Anyone else? It's like things that would normally just roll off my back or whatever, like just handle it, whatever. It's fine. Or again, space for grace. I complain about it verbally.
To
Not
everyone.
Not just in my head, to myself, which, is keeping it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that?
I mean, I was just trying to think. So I think that this is going to make you laugh, but I think that maybe I internalize it when I'm really tired and exhausted
Oh.
instead of releasing it. But I do walk around and go, and everyone says, "Mom, are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm just getting the stress out." And I do that a lot. And it came to my awareness recently that I was,
A deep breath. Okay.
and so I was just trying to get out the stress. But everyone around me is like, "Oh gosh."
Oh gosh, she's gonna blow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so interesting. So you take a deep breath. Apparently I hum. So I was in the kitchen. This was, several months ago or whatever, and I was like, like not like a nice hum, but I'm like busy and doing things, and I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
and Matt was like, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yes, it's fine. Why?" He's like, "Because you're humming."
I think you should go.
Good one.
That's the Darth Vader, isn't it?
Yes. I do love some Star Wars.
I mean, crank it up a notch next time. Have a little fun with that.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I was doing it because I do hum nicely too, but apparently I have like a not so pleasant hum.
Okay,
So there's a difference because I always have been like I'll make little humming noises sometimes just when I'm doing things. Anyway, inside.
So my
scoop on
husband
Allison.
says that when he hears me sing, he knows I'm happy,
Oh.
and when I don't, it's like I don't.
So
realize
it's
I've stopped
not what you're doing, but what you're not doing, maybe.
right.
Interesting.
So he's like, "Oh, I haven't heard you sing in a while."
Oh.
Right.
I think it's so good to know these things about ourselves. Another thing that I notice is I get really caught up in distractions and busyness, and really those are idols. And so I let them, like, whether it's they're numbing things.
Oh,
right?
wait, like decorating a room.
Like decorating or shopping or eating or Netflix binging or these things that we do to just kind of numb ourselves from it, like whatever is bothering us that has us frazzled.
Okay, so I'm
Or
going
is
to
draining
say
us.
that I feel like organizing and cleaning is a much better distraction or numbing than some of the other options. It's a
But
productive numbing.
that's like saying one sin is better than another sin.
Okay.
Because if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, yes, it is a more productive numbing. And I do like cleaning and organizing as well. Nesting. We can make all things sound so pretty and floral.
Look at how
can't we?
clean my house is.
Oh, yes. It's also really hard for me when I am so frazzled like that. I think less so now that I've been, practicing over these past few years with the Lectio Divina. I find when I am frazzled, I go to God's Word, but I have also noticed that sometimes if I'm just really overwhelmed and distracted, that it is hard for me to sit down and focus on His Word.
Ooh, that
and
was me this
concentrate
morning.
and write. Yeah.
I woke up at very early, and it was one of those. Has God ever brought something to your mind in the middle of the night, and you're connecting dots, and then you cannot go back to sleep?
Oh yeah, I have to get up and I'll write things in the middle of the dark.
I was walking early this morning because I was like, I just have to walk this out, because if I don't walk this out, this is going to come out real crazy in the middle of the day, and I have a busy day.
Oh my gosh, I love that you're so obedient to do that.
I mean, I did lay back down and be like, "Are you sure we have to get up right now? It's only 6. It's kind of dark out there." So I just put my taser in my pocket and took a walk.
I love you.
Does no one else put a taser in their pocket?
I don't own one of those.
Oh, come to the dark side, my darling.
I probably would have way too. It would actually not be a good thing for me to have a taser.
It's kind of fun to just like meet me.
Because I might actually use it just for fun. I'm just kidding.
Just so you know, like, side note, if you're looking for something for your college daughter that may have gone away, right? You may know this, but they have a spray gel, a mace gel versus a mace spray. Because a mace spray will catch in the wind and kick back and hit you in your face. A gel will go through the wind as long as it's not like gusting. And they actually have the stuff that has the dye in it that's ultraviolet. So if they happen to go find the person, the cops can see that they tried to clean off the mace gel.
Only you would know that.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Maybe that's my...
I love it. That's actually really good.
I should be in security.
Yeah, you totally should.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'd carry a gun then.
Maybe you need more Psalm 119.
Oh, okay. Probably. I don't know what that is, but yep.
I love it said, and of course, you know me, God's word and retreat and quiet and stillness, but this just, it says, God is our place of quiet retreat. I wait on your word to renew me. And I loved that so much. And that really goes back to, because I want to flip the conversation into like, what are our red flags? How do we know that we've hit critical mass? Into what do we do to kind of get back that balance? And certainly sitting with God in stillness and quiet is for me.
I can say the same thing because, today I came into her house to record and I'm checking locks and I looked at her and I said, my anxiety's at an all-time high today. So I'm just managing right now. But I went for a walk this morning knowing that he was the one that was going to like center me a little bit and calm me down. Just talking and,
I realized this summer that sometimes when we are in this space of being drained and weary and tired and just pulled in 1,000 different directions, that we can get frustrated because we try to seek God in this time, find this quiet retreat with him. And our brain is so busy and we're so exhausted and we just can't do it. And it just feels so hard. And so often we can just give up. But we have to kind of look at it as a vacation. Okay, so stick with me on this analogy because the Lord gave me this on one of my walks. When especially for Matt, because, his job is just so busy and it takes him, if we go away somewhere, it takes him several days to work through for the reality of vacation to set in for him where he can actually be still and rest. And enjoy the vacation.
Yes.
And then you kind of have to, you only get a few days of that before you have to gear back up, right? To get back into reality. And so I think sometimes we have to look at it that way, where you have to just stick with it a little bit and stay there and just pray, God, settle my mind. Bring me closer to you. Open my ears and my heart to what you have to say to me. And we have to just stick with it and be okay with oh my gosh, my mind is racing. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I mean, this was one of my walks,
I had a walk like that yesterday. It was very funny because I was doing the same thing. And I'm like, all right, God, I could not stay focused.
Yes.
And I just heard I felt this little nudge that was like, don't you think I know you can't stay focused? Like, I'm right here with you.
Duh.
I'm aware of this.
I made you.
And I'm dropping little nuggets. And I'm getting little nuggets, but I want to really dive in. Your mind's not going to do that today, girl.
But you do get something and sticking with it and then trying to settle in. If you can kind of approach it you're not just going to go in. I walked out on the beach. I'm like, okay, God, here I am. Give it to me. And it's
a bird poops on your head.
Hurry up. And I was like, yeah, no, there's nothing. You are not ready. What is going on in there?
Well,
so
here's
busy.
the other thing for me. I think I'll get a little nugget, and then that's all I'm going to get for the walk. But then I have other times throughout the day to process it, and then it just keeps unfolding in scenarios, and he's point, like almost like flashlight beaming things, like spotlighting. Oh, did you see that? Remember we were talked about? And so for me, it's in little instances.
Yes.
Unless I can really settle in.
And he does build upon it. And so we have to trust that, and I think definitely walking outside somewhere in nature is always walking and talking helps settle a frazzled, weary mind for me. Like, don't go to exercise. Just go to walk and listen to birds. Don't take your phone. Leave it in the car.
Take your phone, please. Just
put
it on silent.
Or your taser.
Both of them is great because you're going to tase somebody that need to call 911. I'm just saying.
But don't put in your AirPods.
Correct.
And fill your mind and your ears with something else. Just be.
Wait, can you say, what are you doing?
What?
You're doing what to your mind?
I don't know. What did I say? Filling?
You didn't say it like that. It was the cutest little Southern. My brother says, Allison gets a little banjo on occasion. She's like talking this like, and then she keeps, and that was one of those words.
Was it? Oh, see, I can't recreate it.
I'm just filling my mind. You said, don't fill your mind.
Oh.
Oh, it was so cute. Go back, rewind it, guys. It was cute.
So what else? I'm a big give yourself permission to take a nap girl.
Okay. Did you know? Thank you. I heard this recently that cat naps or power naps are great for mental health. Mm-hmm. And I mean, for me, a power nap is 10 minutes.
I like about an hour.
If I get an hour nap, I wake up an angry beast. Y'all better watch out. I don't know what happens to that hour, but it's not good. Naps are good. And then I want to say a phone call with a girlfriend, but honestly, that is when you just need to be in your own head. And I know that so many times we try to stay busy so we are not in our head. Mm-hmm. And so we are the queens or kings of distraction. But when you're trying to avoid being in your head is when you need to be in your head the most.
So true.
And so even doodling, just sitting somewhere and just kind of having random, scribbles or whatever, that's helpful because it's almost like a fidget spinner for kids, right?
Yes. They have those little rings too that you can fidget the little thing on the ring. Well, I think canceling something on your calendar for the week. Ooh. Doesn't that make some of you have a panic attack for me to say that?
It's so exciting. I was that sounds so exciting.
I know, so exciting, but so terrifying for some people. And it's okay. When you are in a space like this and you kind of need to reset, when you're drained and weary, it is seeping out. And, I shared with you some of my ways that we shared, in the beginning, but it's not doing anybody any good. So taking that space, creating a little time for yourself, and then doing something you love in place of that. I mean, I am so excited for fall because my favorite, most relaxing fall activity, other than sitting or walking with the Lord and that sort of thing, and is opening up my kitchen door to the outside, putting on my praise and worship music, and chopping vegetables for a good soup.
Okay.
There is something so therapeutic.
That is so specific.
I know. I can hardly wait. I love it. There's something kind of nice about chopping vegetables.
Yes.
It's chop, 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 chop with that sharp knife.
Well, here's the other thing. I think sometimes we'll get a break where something will cancel, and then we will immediately fill it with something else.
Yes. Take it instead as a gift of space.
Yeah, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to call her out right now. So one time, Allison and I were supposed to record, and we had to push it back an hour and a half. And then, I don't know, something worked out that I could have been there within an hour. She had already filled the space with 3 things. Do you remember that?
I do that a lot.
You do it a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
I like to be efficient. But that can wear you down.
Yeah.
So then there are other days I give myself space where I just take an hour nap.
And chop some vegetables.
I can hardly wait. Bring it on.
Right? So, okay. We're tired. We're exhausted. We're weary. We're going to cancel something. Mm-hmm. We're going to take something off of our plate that wasn't supposed to be there. And when we don't know what that is, we're going to ask God to tell us. But in order to do that, we might need to go on a walk without our AirPods in.
Yeah, and listen for Him instead.
Yeah.
And do something we love. also.
And do something you love.
Yes. It's
Boy.
a good thing. And just stay on the lookout. This is such, I think, a transition into after summer and into a new school year as we are going into very quickly. I'm already seeing Christmas wrapping paper, people, in the stores, which totally freaked me out the other day.
Oh, Lord.
My husband just like rubbed my back.
Oh, he already knows.
Because I was like, what? Wrapping paper? I cannot even. And he just rubbed my back. Like, it's okay, honey.
I love that. He's funny.
I know, he's so good for me. But just, it can be a very stressful time, weary, just distractions, all the things. We can become very tired, very exhausted, and our negative things start seeping out when we try to hold it together. So try to pay attention to your red flags. Even maybe have a conversation with a friend or your spouse about it and say, what do you notice? Mm-hmm. What are these things in me? Like, I love how your husband says, I haven't noticed your singing lately. Kind of, that's his way of checking in on you.
Yeah.
And that's probably a pretty safe way to say it.
What? I don't carry my taser in the house.
So, pay attention and then carve out that space for yourself as we get into the chaos and fabulousness of fall.
The fabulous chaos of fall. But also check back next week because we are talking about unspoken expectations. Y'all.
They can lead to some weary times.
You want to talk about God dropped a little nugget and then literally unpacked it in my life. And guess who was the villain? Me.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all I cannot wait to tell you about it.
Come back for this story next week. Stay tuned. But thanks for joining us this week on The Sinner and the Saint.